show you guys the new mod I'm working on. I got a couple items in the workshop area, not in the UCO if you have the USO if you have that, but they'll all be in the decorations, in the miscellaneous. One of the new beds right here. So yeah, I'm hoping I could get you and Chaos and Slim Dave in here. There's Dave. What's up? Now, why does it only show me one person in here, but yet two people have just said hi? Yeah, this is, I don't have much in the workshop yet. I only got 3 items in the workshop. This is still a test. But this is one of the items because getting the armor piece, these 2 armor pieces like this to set like this, there's actually 2 parts to this in the creation kit window. And this actual armor piece and the armor piece itself is like floating up here in the air while there's like a glowing armor shape like just sitting here. And then this arm piece here is actually down here, and there's like a glowing piece shaped like that sits there. So I didn't know if that would transfer too well over into this, and it looked like it did. This is one of the new beds. You'll find the items in the, I'm going to have everything in the decorations, just the straight up workshop decorations, miscellaneous. I got these little figures. I don't know if I'm going to do these or not, because I just was going through the workshop and saw that, you know, USO's already got something similar to this, lifelike, where they're like full size statues. But I didn't know that when I made these. I made like 20 of them, so I probably won't be making those. But I will be keeping these in. Now I had to change up the color from that picture I showed you, Gizmo. The glass texture, that black, turned out looking like this. Cool. Yeah, I like that Murkwater one. But I ended up having to change up some of the textures and stuff. This will be one of the shells that'll come in it. And that's the 3 items I was put into the creation kit already. I mean, put in, since you do mod review videos, and I think all modders should do this. GruV's furniture store. Instead of you guys having to build an area, because I got 70 items in here right now. 71 if I choose to do 3 walls instead of 2. So instead of you guys having to build an area for your videos to display what's in the mod, I actually put that into the mod itself. So all you'd have to do in your videos is come to this area here. Now the statue, damn, I was hoping to get here during the daytime. The statue you see sitting out here, there are 10 of these in the game. I will be leaving these in because I think these are cooler than anything USO has in their shit. This actually looks like a genuine statue. But there'll be 10 of these, but I only got 1 set up to view. And then this is in Concord area, you see. Well, I kind of left my workshop as it is, and I got some items floating out in the free world, in the space around the building. You could see outside the windows. These are the new beds. Let me get rid of that light. Now they can't sleep on because of the way to get it onto the PlayStation, you know. I can't get that to work, but with the sleeping mats and stuff like that that you have, you could just slide one of those up underneath it and, you know, you could sleep on them. Well, you won't sleep on them, but you could just walk up, trigger it, and move time. Here's new rugs. The new bed. That's in James Bond. Well, this one's better than the one in James Bond. New skin dressers. Up here to the second floor. Pretty much the same beds. It's just without the covering. And then more rugs. Now the third floor. I've spent several days. I should have been packing my shit so I could move. New dressers over here. New bed. A little gun hit underneath the pillow. A little art sculpture here. A bed for a kid. I thought that was funny. Have a kid sleeping on a bed like this. And here's the short version of the shelf. Here's the tall version that's already in the workshop. I was hoping that in the workshop, whenever you'd plant it, this would go back to being black. And if that happened, I'd probably change a lot of this. I may leave the skull. I would have left the skulls the color they are, but I probably would have gone back to black with the spines. Here's the other shelf. Here's a chair I showed you in that picture. I'm not exactly sure yet. I haven't gotten that far into. You should be able to. I do have them sit each and the table here. I do have them, and this right here. I do have them set like that, but you know they're set like that before I put them in a static collection, and then from there they get moved into a form list, and then from there they get moved into a workshop transform. And then they're moved into a constructible object list so they could be in the workshop. So, you know, I'm not too sure if along that process that any of that information gets changed, but I've been trying to see if there's places where, you know, I can set that anywhere else. So, but there isn't. So I'm guessing, yeah. I just haven't gotten around to actually testing that because you know I just now got them into the workshop, and this is the love seat right here, and the coffee table, another chair without arms on it. Here's the wall. It's got three different walls. This corner here is, I just kind of made that myself with the creation kit. And I may or may not put this wall in, because this wall here makes number 71. If I can get the all the stuff worked out tonight, I might have it up by tomorrow, but if not, it probably won't be till sometime next week. Just because, I'm like right in the middle of moving, and that's actually what I should be doing right now is packing, but I don't really got much stuff, so I don't really see it taking too much time to pack. And when I moved out of the last place, it only took a couple hours, so to pack. So I figured I'd get all that done tomorrow. But I'm gonna try to get all of it done tonight because I got everything set up in a static collection already. And then here's the new rugs. But I got everything in the static collection already, which I now got to create form lists for not these items. These items I could just put in transform here. But all these items here that I built myself that are multiple objects. Now this right here is just the dining table with the chairs put around it. The table itself comes separate and the chairs are separate. So this won't be one object. This will be several. This is 7 objects right here. 8 counting the rug it's sitting on. But all these, I still got to create form lists for everything in here, for the walls, for the beds downstairs, and then all the stuff up here too. Because up on the 4th floor, this is the workshop. These are all the little figurines. I kind of like these better than what's in USO. I mean, I just looked through them all. I mean, they're life size, but I kind of like the idea of having these like this, smaller like this, so you can put them on shelves. Now these won't fit on my shelves, so they're too tall. You'd have to put them on tables or tops of shelves. And then here's the statues that you'll find. Well, if I look out the window, you'll actually see them floating. That's my full workshop area out here. I'm actually thinking about just leaving all of it out there. And that's all the way around the building, but you just can't see what's on this side, but floating all around the building in the space all around the building. I built pretty much all this stuff out there. And then, except for the skeleton furniture, all that got built right here in this spot. So I got this shelf here with all the shit on it. But then once I got everything together, I'd drag it out there and create the static collection with it out there, because I could easily just box everything and select everything all at once instead of having to select each individual item. These here, I built these where they stand because, they're just 2 items. So that's just click, it's selected. Whereas like the chairs, that's 1, 2, 3, 5 objects just within the top of it alone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 objects just in this chair. So, for something like that, I'd drag it out there, and so that's probably down there out of sight, or maybe up there. I think that's the chairs are down there. But I'd drag it out there, and then then I can manipulate it and do a bunch of other shit with it. But these are the tops of the statues that you see out there. No, you won't need any DLC. I'm trying to stay away from DLCs. Before I started doing this, I talked to a lot of different gamers and a lot of people that play Fallout and stuff, and not a lot of people that they get money from their parents to buy the game, and parents don't understand DLC content and having to spend extra money on a game, so they not going to fork over another $50 just to uh, get extra content for a game. They're going to be like, well, why wasn't that part already in the game? I mean, so, not a lot of people have the DLC, so, that's why a lot of these bigger modders, they have such a low percentage on their downloads because, they use a lot of the DLCs and stuff, and they make really cool stuff, but not many people can play with them because, they can't afford those things as well. I mean, Eleonora's stuff, half of her stuff I can't get on my PC just because I don't have the DLCs on my PC. They're all on my PlayStation. I really like the way all this furniture turned out here. This is just badass. It's kind of H.R. Geiger inspired. I'm a big fan of his artwork. I'm going to build a bar with all of this because he built several bars. The guy that did Alien movies. Well, he didn't do the movies, but he created the alien characters for the movies. Hell, I spent several days on all this week. It's cold as shit here, though, and hell, it's supposed to be like 7 degrees this Saturday when I'm going to be moving all my stuff, so I'm thinking about maybe trying to postpone a couple extra days, but I might lose internet on the first here, so that'll suck. Well, maybe not. It might be so cold they may not come out to shut it off. I won't want to climb up a pole on that day. No, but he not only did he do the Alien movies, he's a big famous artist, and he built a bar in New York City. I think he's got a bar in Amsterdam and one in London that has like furniture like this. He's actually got some chairs that's got 3 skulls stacked like this. That's kind of where that's pretty much the only resemblance of his is the 3 skulls stacked on. Anybody familiar with his work though would recognize that. Yeah, maybe they'll freeze to the pole before they can shut me off. Now I might make another bed other than the kids' bed. I might make one a little bit bigger. 'Cause I made that one while I was making this, cause I was like, because I like to put something funny in all my mods, and this one here, I did all this work, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't have anything funny in here, so it's like, well, I'll make a kid's bed with a whiskey bottle underneath it and a bloody baseball bat on the end of it. If a kid's sleeping in a bed like that, he's definitely going to be drinking whiskey. There's some of the beds out there. Now the back door currently doesn't go nowhere. I still gotta link it to the World 2 and the one upstairs. Yeah, maybe it'll help with the nightmares. Yeah, I wanted to do some more guns and stuff like that, but not many of the guns are already set up as static items, so that just I'd have to do a bunch of work just to make each one of the weapons static, so then I could use them in these. These are just the standard weapons that they already have set up as static items that you see in the load screen when you're loading up the game or when you're loading up a new area. These are what actually appears on the screen that rotates around. They're already static items, so I could just set them in place. And some of the other stuff, like this armor piece here, I actually had to make this piece, and then these two pieces here. That's why I went ahead and did this one in the workshop already, because if that didn't, I was worried that when you built this and set it down, this would be floating up here and the arm would be in the floor. So I was like, fingers crossed that when I set the first one down, that shit was gonna stay there. I was like, whoo. I was worried with these small figurines that like when I went to build those in the workshop, they would be large, just appear large, because I hadn't made anything like this yet before, so I didn't know how it was going to be. Yeah, I got 20 of these. I think I will put these in there. I always worry somebody's going to be like, oh, you're just copying so and so. But yeah, I don't think it's copying. Hell, he's just copying Bethesda anyway, so that's all any of this shit is, except for these chairs. Bethesda couldn't come up with anything like this, not in a million fucking years. Or any of these other modders out here. I mean, look at that furniture kit Eleonora just put up on the Creation Club. I mean, I got Sony rules I gotta play around with, so that's the only reason this shit's not working. I'm thinking about making it work making this chair over here, because I don't want to make something better for one system, but I'm thinking about making this chair right here actually workable, and this bed workable on the Xbox and PC, just so I could show that I'm not just using Sony's rules as an excuse for my inability to do it. It's just the only way I could do this would be to take the NIF file that's created when I create the static collection for this, and create a static item with it, where instead of it becoming a collection of multiple objects, it's a collection, it's just a single object then. And then once it's set up as a single object, then I could take the activator file that makes it where you could set down in it and just put that in place and set its parameters so that when you walk up, you'll just spin around and set down in it like you would a normal chair. So I do know how to do it. It's just I started this to make cool shit for PlayStation, and I figure anybody that's downloading these, it's more than likely they're already playing with USO and UCO, which comes with the pads and stuff that you can put on the floor and make anything a chair. Oh yeah, that's one. I forgot about that. I was going to put the bear in here too. That bear I got in James Bond that the NPCs can set on. I was going to put that in this mod as well. So it looks like a decorative item, because that's just a single object, so I'd be able to make that where it would work as a chair, since it's just a single static object. You wouldn't be able to set in it, but your NPCs would. But that's still funny as hell to watch them walk up there and sit down in the bear. I get an internet turned on at the new place Friday tomorrow, so I'm getting charter internet over there, which is 10 times faster than what I currently have, so I should be able to live stream. I currently got it set with the shit on the side of the screen instead of it reading it off to me like normal, like I had it set last time. And that's just because that took a little bit more bandwidth, so That was what was causing the problems last time, I think. This way here, it's less bandwidth to send text, and when I get the newer internet service, I'm gonna go back to doing that, where I'll read the text off. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it done by the end of the night, but I mean, if I leave out the figures, I might leave out the figures and leave that for a later date, or leave out some of the furniture, leave that for a later date, because I'd like to get it up this weekend, or at least get something up this weekend, and then get to moving. I like get that, but I mean, I got 68 more currently I gotta do, and that's the form list, the transform item, and the constructible object item list, which takes probably about 10 minutes, 15 minutes per item. So I have monsters loaded up here too. Yeah, this building, I actually took it from over here. Where's that at? Where's it at? It shows across the street from this building. The building oh, screw you. OBS software. I'm not familiar with that myself. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out my stuff too. I mean, I want to get it set up to where, the person live streaming could have a person talking to with them. So, for that idea I was talking about. I think he just jumped on me with both feet. Oh, now he's just chilling. I'm just gonna let him chill. Just hanging out. Where is that building? Did I screw up something? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, this shows that building that I'm using. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with how Xbox's stuff is. And this is the building I'm using. I rebuilt it and turned it into the furniture shop. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to put the furniture shop in, just so people will actually be able to go and actually look at the way the furniture looks. One button and go to select broadcast.
Okay, who's first?
There's not too much work with it. As far as PC, I still haven't figured out how to do it yet on my PC, and I think there's just like a button on there I gotta hit too. I just don't know which one it is or what to do yet. So as soon as I figure out how to broadcast on PC, or I'll probably be doing some videos on Creation Kit as well, teaching people how to use it better. I know it sounds weird coming out of somebody who just started using it themselves, but I know a lot about computers and things like that, and I've been watching a lot of these other tutorial videos, and a lot of them give some bad advice that they don't realize is bad advice, or some of them give you good advice but don't point out why you should use that advice, and that stuff should be pointed out. It would create less mod conflicts between different mods and things. I mean, everything I build has a unique ID number that there's no way in hell anybody will ever use that exact series of numbers and letters. So there's no way there'll be another mod out there that'll conflict with mine in programming, just because all my files are very, very unique. And it's very possible to have set it up so that every modder could do that, where every ID file they create should have a unique code on it that only goes to them. And I got multiple codes, but still there's no way anybody will ever duplicate that and have a crossing file in a mod. I mean, the most you would get then would be two objects sitting in the same space. I mean, then the only crashes that you would run into would be because of too many objects within a space. I mean, if you're using two different mods and... Cool. I'll talk at you later. Yeah, I'm probably getting off here in a minute. Gonna go back to working on getting this stuff onto the workshop. I needed to take a little bit of a break, and I wanted to see if this would work, and wanted to give you guys a heads up on the furniture shop here. So when you do your mod reviews, all you'd have to do is just come here and show the furniture shop. Now you won't be able, I didn't nav mesh anything in there, so you won't be able to take a companion or anything in with you. So, but I mean, they'll hang out outside and not even fight the monsters. Come on, Kate. What the fuck I got you for? I'll talk at you later. Later, guys. I run I use Mixer and run the live stream of it. Yeah, I really like doing it with the PlayStation. It's just so much simpler. I'll talk at you guys later. Have a good day.